Now, apart from 3D worlds and 3D environments, what I also did is to just test out this Gauntlet loop prompting structure to create a front-end website design for this Ketone IQ product. And when we launched this workflow, you can see it ran for around an hour and 19 minutes. And it's the same thing where it fanned out several sub-agents in order to create our website and also have this judging phase, which is essentially that evaluator agents to check the worker agents builds. And what it created for us is this. So let me just shift that so you can see. So we have the product here, we have Brain Fuel as the headline, we have a dark mode and a light mode. And if we scroll down, we have these nice animations that just provide you some more details about this product. And I think what Opus did here is it actually fanned out some research agents in order to just make sure that these numbers are correct. Now, this is pretty good if you're just looking at the visual flair of it, because obviously this is quite far already from the normal AI vibe coded designs that you may be used to or see. However, even though this looks pretty good, remember that visual flair is not really the only thing that brands or clients look for, especially when it comes to these websites. Because if we're to look at Ketone IQ's actual website, their brand design system is actually quite different. So I think the Gauntlet loop can still help you out quite a lot. But if you don't start with a really good minimum viable design or product, then what the Gauntlet loop will do is just optimize towards probably the wrong thing. And this is really important to consider, especially with powerful prompt structures like these. Because if you notice, those Gauntlet loop prompt that we ran, in fact, any looping prompt that you run, they usually take a lot of time and tokens for them to finish. And so the way that I would use them moving forward personally is probably not to start with them as your initial prompt, because what can happen there is even though the final output that you would get looks good, they might not actually be on brief and might be really far from what you want because you just let the agent decide the direction for you. But if you start with a really strong minimum viable product, or in this case, a design system, which I've taught in previous other tutorials in this channel and in our community, then you can just introduce this Gauntlet loop prompt as sort of a warp drive in terms of just sharpening or polishing the quality of that MVP so that the version 2 of the build that you're making not only looks good, but it is also sitting on a good foundation and is on brief.